It's no question that working with you yields Oscar performances. How was working with Charlize Theron and Halle Berry, that both won performances, for their part, while you were guiding them, training them?
With Hallie, it was like if you really look at the script, she was only um, in it like maybe a quarter, a third of it. There's so many other kind of side stories that were going on, Billy Bob Thornton and stuff. But we made it so we worked 30 hours on it. I'm talking about work ethic. We worked 30 hours on breaking that down. And I did go to set with her for a couple of days, but I didn't need to be there because we had um, we prepared so well. Actors, when we work, like in this room right here, what happens is that we work so hard and we go over the script every moment, not just words. We go over every time that anybody's just there. There's something going on. There's inner monologue going on. There's still a need. Just because you're not talking doesn't mean things aren't really. In fact, when we're not talking, a lot more is going on. So it's like we worked so hard on that, and so the joy of watching that become something that other people realized was something that was to be lauded, to be given an award for, was very satisfying because we did the work to make that so. It wasn't an accident. It
With
was
Charlize?
with Charlize. It was she took the part. I didn't work with her on that part, but I've worked with her on parts like that in class. I worked with her on almost everything else before that, in terms of like private coaching and stuff like that. But mostly it was class work because she was always like the Brad Pitt story. She was one of those people that wanted to work constantly rehearsing her scenes for class. She would call, if she was working on a movie 2 days before she was going to be wrapped, she would call from a set saying, set me up with a scene partner. She'd call a friend from class and say, do you want to do a scene? She'd be double, triple working all the time. So I have this concept, and it's in the book too, about how to play a serial killer. And it's based on the science of profiling.
What about Brad Pitt? I mean, at the time he was working on a fast food, wearing a chicken suit, and he was striving to make it. But did you see that this man would have this career for like 30 years? I mean, was it obvious back then?
Well, it's obvious because he worked really hard, and he worked really hard, and he
He
had
was
really
good
good.
looking, he wasn't vain, right?
Well, he wasn't as good looking as he
Became,
became because when he first came, he was also 19, 20 years old,
yes.
and he looked awkward like a 19, 20-year-old boy does. He wasn't one of those guy. He kind of grew into his looks.
Hmm.
He was more about the work, and it was about like he had really great instincts, and he never ever cared about like he would just do stuff and go for it, and you'd give him a note, and he would go, okay, let's do it. It's like, I find that that's the one key component. It's like I don't get people that say, "Well, I'm not sure I want to go there." I said, "Well, you don't want to go there. That's fine. I can't push you to do it." But the people that can and will go there, and in fact come up with ideas of making even crazier than my stuff that I come up with, because I come up with pretty cutting edge stuff, is like people that are going to be very big, very big, very successful. I hate to say called stars because the people that are great don't care about being a star. In fact, it's just an annoyance more than
Hmm.
anything because you can't live life on a day to day because God, life is to be lived if you're going to be a great actor because you want to, you have to live life so you can bring that into your parts.
Exactly. Not be secluded.
But how do you do that when you have the paparazzi all over you? How do you
Exactly.
do that when you can't even like pick your nose in public?
James Franco. I mean, he's a fantastic director and actor. What did you see on him when you first met him?
Well, it's not about what I see in anybody because I don't judge people,
Mm.
and they can tell me the craziest stuff that they've done or think about, and I just think, how do I use this as fodder, as food for our work? Um, so I thought of him as one of those people that like, takes chances. Again, they all have that same. He takes chances. He pushes the envelope. He doesn't say, I can't do this project because people will feel bad about me. He makes choices based on what he wants to do, his heart, what he wants to explore, without reservation of other people's thought process or whether he doesn't care what other people think. I love that about him.
Halle Berry has said you are the number one premier acting coach in the world. How would you define yourself today after gaining so much experience and success?
I like to feel that your success is my success. So I have people, I've been doing workshops all over the world. My book's been translated all over the world. I have schools all over the world. And, and I find that when someone, wherever they live, whatever language that they speak, if they find a success in the dreams that they've set out to get across, then I feel that I'm empowered by that. I am enjoyed, inspired by that to do more. It's like I, I want to be inspired to inspire others to success. That is the sentence I live by. I want to be inspired to inspire others to greatness. And that I live by.
Do you feel sometimes as a therapist?
No, because I don't cure anybody of anything. Bringing up a lot of stuff and we're using it as paints,
Yes.
to put on our beautiful canvas. So it's like I'm not taking away the problem. I'm saying let's have fun with the problem.
Yes.
I'm not so it's you can use. A lot of people are using my book all over the world as like a self-help book because it really is about just for the character's sake, taking the issues of your life and the problems that destroy you and actually use it to prosper with and to create greatness with is just a good way to live life. And so so it's something to live by. I don't make it about me. I make it about other people because that ultimately comes back at me and feeds me.
Thank you so much for this wonderful interview.
You are so welcome.
Thank you.